Previously on the Infinite Escape Room.
It was meant to be capture the flag, not wedgie a teenager and stick him on a flagpole.
This is what a spa day in Rotherham would be like.
I got death threats from Microsoft.
Oh, you prick.
The nice acidic stomach smell going on.
Hello and welcome to the Infinite Escape Room. I'm back. Yes, we are the Puzzling Podcast. We're a group of geographically diverse but ethnically strictly homogenous chums. Gather together on the medium that is the internet, work together, have a drink, and solve a homemade escape room of the ears. Welcome. I'm John, and I, until 1997, was legally a giant.
That feels like that could be true.
I mean,
Isn't it? Is true.
it's too specific to be not true, right?
But these are bullshit facts, John.
I was a massive 9-year-old. Like, huge.
I mean, what is the
I
legal
still am a massive 9-year-old, really.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the legal framework to be a giant these days?
So basically, they raised it. It used to be, I'm pretty sure I'm right, it used to be 6'6", and the bastards put it up to 7 foot, more or less as I turned 6'6". So frankly, I'm furious because I could have got a disability badge and then got free parking in lots of places.
But instead, you have to walk everywhere with your
Yeah.
extra long legs.
Yeah.
2 steps to anything you might conceivably need with your stilts.
And locked in with me today, we have...
And with John's intro, I felt a great disturbance in the podcast force. As if a million ears suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly unsubscribed. Hello, I'm Mike. And you might have seen me on Dragon's Den recently, pitching my new glass-blowing business, and frankly, I smashed it.
Oh, that was horrendous.
I got to admire that. As painful as it was, I admire that.
I'm genuinely writing a complaint to my own podcast about it.
I respect what you did there, Mike. I don't agree with it, but I respect it.
Just had a letter through.
Some white powder in this letter.
Cocaine.
Speaking of white powder, I'm Jamie, and I am the reason they put warnings on the silica packets to not eat them. I am the poster boy for dumb fuckery.
Very good. Very good. What would happen to you? Would you just desiccate? Would you just dry out?
I mean, only if
would
the one. Just get
Would the little things expand to the size of golf balls inside you and cause some kind of obstruction?
I mean, I don't remember. I blacked out pretty quickly, but there's only one way to find out for future reference. I mean, I'm willing to take that hit for science.
Yeah. I mean, the results of an experiment are not legitimate unless you can repeat them.
Correct. And I wasn't observed at the time. So with you gents watching me do it, what could go wrong?
We also need a control group of people who do not do this. And
I volunteer.
I'm volunteer. Damn, curses.
So write us in or tweet us, listeners, if you've ever eaten those little silica packets that say do not eat. What happened? Did you immediately become a mummy, or did they just make you slightly thirsty?
Are they actually delicious? Is it a conspiracy?
I mean, that's...
Is this big packing? Is this big packing pulling one over on?
You want to be careful with that.
Yeah, as it came out of my mouth, I thought, this feels risky.
That's a porn star name if I ever heard one.
Big
packing. Yes.
Now, dear listeners, you may be wondering at this point what this show is all about. Well, let me tell you, I've been away for 3 months and it has gone to the dogs. It really has. I jest. This show is an escape room. And unlike most escape rooms, though, it, 1, goes on in your ear holes and hopefully your brain cells. And also it goes on infinitely. Every episode of the Infinite Escape Room bleeds seamlessly into the next. Emphasis on bleeds for this one. Every week, a member of the team brings the room, and this week it's me, and boy, is it hot off the press. Like, the press is still live.
John, it's not every week now.
Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
Every other week, bi-weekly.
Periodically. 2 weekly.
From time to time.
Jesus. I'm so sorry.
At appointed periods in the calendar.
On random Sundays.
On random Sundays, but excluding bank holidays. A member of the Infinite Escape Room brings the room, and it's me today, and the other members bring the brains to solve it, hopefully, maybe.
Hello.
Though I have a terrible failure rate. Loads of my rooms have ended up being fails, so we'll see. Maybe this is going to be a return to form.
But what fun fails?
Hopefully. Yeah, there was the one where you lost World War One.
Classic.
There was the one where you died. The other one where you died. Wasn't there one about Jesus?
He died.
He died.
For our sins, because he's a good bloke.
He was a good bloke. I mean, whatever you believe, he was probably a decent bloke.
Top
Good carpenter too. And good carpenter will always have work.
Yeah, good tradie.
Cracking tables.
Exactly. Now, these days, due to the shortfall in government funding, the Infinite Escape Room is brought to you by a sponsor every week. Now, we have had a communication down from the Director General of the Infinite Escape Room that we have been somewhat biased in our selection of sponsors. And so we need to reach across the aisle and have sponsors that are more encompassing of the general view. So this is directly from the Director General of the BB, the Infinite Escape Room, Mr. What's his name? What is his name?
We have a Director General.
We do. Mr. Dim Tavy. Think about it.
Oh.
Think about it.
Thinking?
Really?
Dim Tavy?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jamie, you anywhere on this? Is this another obscure John thing? Is this in it?
Been in the news loads.
Tim Davy. Tim Davy.
Done.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, the Australian cricketer. Okay.
What?
Fine.
What? No? Oh, I might kill myself.
Oh. Timothy Douglas Davy, CBE.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Well,
Right
you
now.
said that.
You
He's
have
the
taken this
17th
joke.
Director General of the BBC.
Thank you.
Oh.
He's not our Director General. We're not BBC yet.
We could be one day. I think this show could be on Radio 4
Not with the length of this intro, couldn't.
for a hot minute.
Do you know what? I remember writing that framework and being really pleased at how concise it was.
Anywho. So this week's sponsor comes to us from the director of the Infinite Escape Room, Mr. Dim Tavy. Thank you, Dim, for this. And this week's sponsor is Fascist Fashion, your one-stop shop for all your suspect sartorial needs. Worried about your black shirt's traceability? You need to come to Fascist Fashion, where organic, ethically sourced fabrics are standard issue. Got a royal fancy dress party coming up? Don't want to be called out by lefties for your throwaway costume? Just goose step down to Fascist Fashion. We guarantee our swastikas for at least 100 washes. And it doesn't stop there. We cater to inflexible zealots of all kinds, whether you're a yoga teacher blaming cancer victims for not eating enough kale, or the little Englander with a foreign surname criminalising migrants, we've got the suits to suit your views, and all wearable without a whiff of irony. So, what are you waiting for? Just my way or the highway down to Fascist Fashion. The far right. Done right. That's today's sponsor.
There's our boy. He's back.
Hey.
He's back.
I guarantee there's one person right now who's just like slapping the pod of choice with the credit card going, yes, I need this.
This is the closest I can find to
Trying to find a good soundtrack.
some good. Yeah, I say some good far right music. You'd be amazed at how little there is.
I mean,
Bizarrely.
that's probably a good thing.
To be honest, though, fascism has never been good with art because it's by its nature it's constricting, and art is resistant to that. So I suspect that's why you don't get good fascist music. Because
Do you
all
want
the
to save this for
artists
do you want to save this for the pub? Because this feels like meatier discussion.
It does.
And also, we'll have gotten to half an hour on the episode otherwise before we've gotten to the puzzle.
Now, this glorious monster that we've created would not be possible. The life support machine that keeps it going would not be possible without our wonderful supporters, our legion of Patreons who have grown significantly since my absence. And I'm not going to read anything into that. I'm going to try not to, even though Mike keeps pointedly showing me both the Patreon figures and the listing figures and the fact that I wasn't here and delaying my return over and over and over again.
I miss those delays.
Yes, this would not be possible without our Patreons, and today I'd like to thank, in particular, a little handful of them, and that is David Shaw, Karen, Kate. Oh, Karen Kate. Sorry, Karen Kate. Robert Hempel, Jade Shaw, Jen McPhillamy, and Geneva Kaplan. Thank you all for your continued support.
Love you.
Thank you.
I'm genuinely awed that you guys like this stuff. So thanks. And now, ready to get on with the show?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot that was going to happen.
Let's do this thing.
Last week on the Infinite Escape Room, I have telepathically understood that the team escaped on a hand glider on an updraft of methane from the pits of hell. Though, as the methane rises and contributes massively to the current crisis of global warming, you descend from the stratosphere and land, in a rather ungainly fashion, in the penguin enclosure of the local zoo. You hear the peals of laughter from nearby school children, spot a sad little globe of ice cream that's fallen down from some 4-year-old's cone, being eaten by flies by an overflowing bin. But before you can enjoy the sights and sounds of the zoo anymore, you hear a very distinctive sound. It is the sound of a far-off padlock being picked. And then the victorious growl of a polar bear who has waited years for this moment.
Ooh.
You retreat past a sturdy 10-foot fence and pull the gate closed. Some timber offcuts lie nearby, and you use the sturdiest of them to bar the gate. The polar bear appears outside the bars, glares at you, then puts in some earbuds and embarks upon a 30-minute meditation. When he's done, you're done. A sign next to you reads, "Welcome to the Penguin House." In front of you is a crude, breeze-block structure with a door and a window. The door is padlocked. To your left is a storage box, also padlocked. Ahead of you, just to the left of the structure, is a wooden ramp that climbs up a few feet. What would you like to do?
Quickly sketch out this wonderful breeze block enclosure.
Yeah,
I
same.
want every single block.
I spent too long on the ice cream cone.
the detail in the flies.
It's the shading. It's the shading of the cross hatching. It's a waffle cone.
2953, 2952.
Let's take a little look at the storage box. Anything unusual about it apart from the padlock?
It's a large industrial storage box, both capacious and demure, locked with a simple key-driven padlock. The padlock is quite rusty, hasn't been used in a while.
Ooh, may be able to smash that son of a bitch open if we can't find a key.
Or corrode it with
Salt water.
salt water?
I don't know.
Maybe penguins poo out really corrosive poo.
I really hope they don't.
There's only one way to find out.
Maybe that's what happened with the polar ice caps.
So it's penguins.
It's a penguin.
It's all a hoax. The polar ice caps melting is a hoax. It's all penguin shit. They're a menace.
You heard it here first, folks. Climate change isn't real. It's just penguin shit.
Yeah. Can we take a look at the penguin house, please, John? A little concrete structure.
Yes, so there's a door and a window. Apart from that, it's just breeze blocks.
Let's have a look at the door.
So the door is locked. It's held by a very unusual combination padlock. It has 5 rollers, but instead of numbers or letters, each segment of each wheel has a dotted pattern reminiscent of Braille. There's a post-it note next to the padlock.
What does it say?
For fuck's sake, can we update this code, please? New staff can't learn it.
Oh, damn Zoomers.
Would you like an image of the padlock rollers?
Yes, please.
So I've only got one image, so this is randomized. So this is an image of one roller, and the setting that it's currently on is irrelevant. But this is everything that you could set each roller to, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it is definitely a series of dots, like more like constellations than Braille in the way that they're sort of scattered about quite randomly. There's no form necessarily to any of them. Interesting.
It looks like there's 8 of them. So is this 8 potential variations within the lock that we're seeing?
Each roller has 8 possible things to land on.
Okay.
Cool. Segments? Would you say segments?
Yeah, so we're seeing essentially this, each roller appears to have a series of between 1 and 5 dots, almost placed at random. I think Jamie's comparison to constellations is quite accurate.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way, but it's pretty apt, actually. Obviously, this will be in the show notes, but yeah. They do look a bit like celestial constellations.
Do you think the one 4th from the top looks like the facehugger from Aliens?
Do you know what? Weirdly, yeah, a little bit. Bizarre.
Should we attribute a name to each of these?
This is becoming a glorious Rorschach test.
Okay, so we got Dot is the top one. I'm gonna say the second one down is Sock.
25 minutes.
Okay, we'll do this later. And,
But I can't stop, Jamie. Dot, Sock, Bin, Face Hugger,
Tell me what you see.
Crazy Golf Putter.
Nice.
Um,
Lightning Bolt.
Yes.
Mine.
Oh no, Sideways Face, No Mouth.
What?
And then, number 2. The last one, the second from the bottom.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's just 2 dots.
And then
Italy.
the last one, Italy. Yeah. Of course. Sorry,
I'm
definitely.
so glad I brought these visual assets into this audio show.
We're having a great time.
Lovely. And how many rollers were there? So it's 8 segments
There
per
were
roller.
5. There were 5.
Lovely. Interesting.
What can we see, Jono, if we take a peep through the old window?
So you can see through the window that the building inside has been divided into several spaces. Nearest to you is a keeper's area. On the right-hand wall, far out of reach, is a glass panel concealing 7 strips of emergency seal jerky. White writing on the panel reads, "In event of polar bear escape, break glass." Looking further into the room, you can see that the far wall is simply a metal cage. On the other side of the cage are penguin nesting areas, and then some vaguely penguin-shaped holes through which you can see daylight. Hanging on the reverse side of the cage, close to the ground, you spy a key. It's small and shaped rather like a small bait fish. It hangs on a key ring with a tennis ball key fob on a string attached to it.
Oh. So we got to get ourselves inside that little shed. Okay. Should we take a little look up this slope next to the building?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At the top of the ramp, you find yourself next to a waist-high timber barrier. On the other side is the penguin enclosure. Large stones litter a white cement area, next to which is a deep pool of hazy green water. Several penguins are swimming. Others are waddling around the stony ground. They seem quite interested in you. To your right, you can see the other side of the breeze block structure. Its rear wall forms the backdrop of the enclosure, and several vaguely penguin-shaped holes have been carved into the wall. One penguin can be seen peering out at you from one of the holes.
Oh.
Finally, in front of you, directly in your path, is a large bucket of small red fish. The penguins seem to be very interested in them. There's also an information sign about the penguins just ahead.
What species of fish might this be in the bucket?
Well, they're small and red.
I wonder what they could be.
I don't know.
Pilchards.
Smoked kippers? Pilchards, yeah. Let's go with pilchards.
Yeah. What does the information sign say?
I will post a sign to the text channel of the live recording. Here's the sign.
Oh, okay.
One of you read it.
Do you want to say this one, Jamie?
Certainly. Meet our Humboldt penguins. Our huddle of penguins have lived here at Wingham Zoo for generations and remain a firm favourite for families. Originating in South America, the Humboldt penguins is notable for its chest spots.
Chest spots.
Every penguin's spots are unique, much like a human fingerprint. They might all look the same at first, but our keepers know every penguin by their spots. Take a look at the pictures below and see who's come out of the nesting cave to meet you today. I've become the narrator from Hey Dougie. My apologies to the fans of Hey Dougie. Haven't they all done well today? Ooh.
More pictures. Aha. Interesting. Well, this looks familiar.
Would one of you describe what you're seeing there?
So it's another sign saying "Meet the Penguins," featuring pictures of 5 penguins in various states of flappleness, and each one has a name and a description. First one is Pingu, 2. Electric Boogaloo, presumably. 2 years old, the only member of the huddle to be born here. Next is Skipper, 4 years old, acquired from a closing zoo in France. Next is Peso, 3 years old, arrived with Skipper. Next is Tux, 13 years old. And then Chilly Willy, 17 years old, and their oldest resident. And critically, as described, these penguins have spots upon their belly. And I am noticing Lightning Bolt, Italy, Sideways Face with no mouth, Face Hugger, and Dot.
Superb.
Aren't you glad we named them now?
I should have left the penguin names out, shouldn't I? And then just let you guys figure out your own naming system. That would have been much more fun.
But yeah, so we seem to have 5 penguins. We have 5 inputs on our thing. I wonder if it's in this order.
I mean, it's worth a try. And if not, we could then do it by order of age.
Yes, we have been given age, haven't we? In fact, if anything, I think you're so right with that. Maybe we should just do it with age to start with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, John, can we go to the lock? Can we put in the very first dial, the 4 dots that look like a lightning bolt?
Mm-hmm.
In the second dial, the 2 dots which look like a sideways face with no mouth.
Okay.
In the third dial, the 3 dots that look a bit like Italy.
Okay.
In the fourth dial, the 5 dots that look a bit like a face hugger. And in the fifth and final dial, can we have dot?
Okay. Nothing happens.
Buggeration.
Okay. Okay, we could try that in the reverse order. And then if that doesn't work, we just take it at face value for these 5 penguins as they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so in which case, can we try left to right with the dials? Can we do dot, face hugger, Italy, sideways face, and lightning bolt?
Nothing happens.
Ah, you fucker. All right, we'll do.
I thought it would be nice to let you describe every single one of those, even though you were wrong.
And finally, lightning bolt, Italy, sideways face, face hugger, dot.
No.
Piss.
Interesting. Cheeky.
Oh, I see why you were doing it back to front as well, because of course it's reversed.
What?
It would be reversed, wouldn't it?
What do you mean?
No, I'm thinking of Jamie's logic of trying it front to back and back to front.
Oh yeah,
of course.
oldest, youngest to oldest.
I was thinking because of course the wall is on the opposite side of the lock.
Okay, don't think about that. Don't think about that.
Oh, because John clearly didn't.
That will not help you.
Okay.
Jesus. I'm not adding mirror image shit into this. I'm not doing a Danny.
There's enough sexy penguins as it is.
Okay. Can we see all 5 of those penguins milling around the enclosure?
You can, yes.
Okay, so they're all there.
They're all there.
We've got these fish as well. I feel like we should be doing something with the fish.
We could try and throw some and see which ones come to see us. Maybe.
Okay. Are you feeding the penguins?
Go on then.
Okay. So the penguin with 1 dot comes first, followed by the penguin with 5 dots. I think you called it face hugger. That's Tux. Yep. Then Skipper comes, the one with 3 dots that looks a bit like Italy. Then Peso, and then Pingu 2.
Okay. So in which case, we'll put it in that order, the order they came to us. So in the dials, we'll do dot, face hugger, Italy, sideways face, and lightning bolt.
No.
Well, fuck you.
17 minutes and everything is going gloriously to plan.
Oh, surely it'd be dot, face hugger, lightning bolt, Italy, sideways face. Oh no, I got myself confused. Don't mind me. Got myself confused.
Oh, hang on. Fucking. Oh, okay, cool. New thing. Can we try dot, sideways face, Italy, lightning, face hugger?
One of those is correct.
What? Yeah. I was going by the order of the number of dots.
Jamie, you really, really had my hopes up with that because this look on your face.
Usually that's the point where I get the thing.
So you thought the answer was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What
basically.
First dot is in the first position. Second dot, I've tripped over.
I think there's definitely room in this podcast for like really basic stuff just to watch the team horrendously overthink it.
That's me in actual escape rooms. The number of times I've overcomplicated a puzzle when they're just like, no, you just pull the lever. I'm like, what?
Jesus in toast, Michael. Jesus in toast. I remember.
Yeah. God, he was a great baker as well, wasn't he? Great baker, great carpenter, just stand out good bloke all round.
Maybe that's a 3, John. No, that's just a piece of wood, Michael. That's not a 3.
Oh, yeah, that was. Yeah, that's familiar.
Okay, so it's not the number of dots. It's not the order they came to us. It's not their age. It's not the pictures as they are.
John, earlier you described there was a key inside the cages on a tennis ball.
That is correct. It's not on a tennis ball, to be clear. It's hanging on the side of the cage, and there's a sort of tennis ball fob on it.
Am I able to reach my arm through one of the penguin holes and grab said?
Nope, too far.
Damn. Could I train a penguin to do it? Could I? Is this window a glass window, or is it just kind of like an aperture?
It's a glass window.
Ah, okay. I was just wondering if I could throw fish at it, and maybe a penguin would go and grab the key for me.
I mean, it's worth
John's face. Yeah, let's. I've got some fish. I've got some time. I'm gonna stick my arm up in this thing and try and pelt fish at the key on the other side of this cage.
That's a beautiful turn of...
There's your previously for the next episode.
So, what are you doing exactly?
Okay, I'm going to grab a good handful of fish, I think, and stick my arm up inside the penguin hole, and then kind of pelt it upwards at the key that's hanging off the opposite end of the cage.
So you pelt it towards it, but you're basically throwing a slippery thing at another thing, and so you just miss them, and red herrings go everywhere. However, looking through the hole,
Red herrings, hang on.
Pilchard, you mean?
looking through the hole, you can see that against the far wall, directly beneath the window, there is a pole with a sharp hook on the end.
Oh, can we grab that?
It's against the window.
Uh,
Can we break the window?
You can open the window.
We could open the window?
Oh my god!
fucking what?
When I said, is this an aperture? And you said, no.
Oh, you said, is this an aperture or is this a glass window? And I said, it's a glass window. You did not say, is this glass window openable? You just
John.
looked through it and then went, nope, can't do anything with that.
All you needed to say was, why, Michael, with the addition of a hinge, which this certainly has, it is both.
You know what?
That was the correct answer.
I'm gonna smash this fucking window just to spite you.
Do it with a penguin.
Why? See, this is why we needed a deposit. I object to the loss of the deposit. My zoo would have taken the deposit. Fine, you smash the window to the horror of all the assembled penguins. The polar bear grunts. You may now reach the hook pole.
Cool.
What would you like to do?
Let's hook a duck where the duck is a key. We'll hook a key.
You can get to the key, but you can't pull it through the bars towards you.
Oh.
We just need to. Can we just unhook it so it falls to the floor?
Yep.
And then, unhook it so it falls to the floor. And then I guess are we able to grab it when it's on the floor?
Too far.
From the opposite, from one of us on the opposite side with our arm through.
Too far away from the penguin hole.
Something to do with this tennis ball.
Mm.
Are we able to push?
So the tennis ball is what's preventing it from passing through the cage bars.
Oh.
Mm.
We can use the sharpness of the hook to hack at the whatever thin chain is attaching this tennis ball to the key.
I feel like I should be pelting more fish.
Will the tennis ball fit through the penguin hole?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we could try and nudge the whole thing through the penguin hole and then revisit your training a penguin idea, Mike. Come, Pingu.
Can we hole a roll?
What?
Can we roll a hole?
You're going to have to help me here.
Are we able to encourage the ball out of the hole by giving it a good prod?
So you can neither reach the key with the pole from the window or from the penguin hole side. It's too far away from you.
Okay, so as it's on the floor.
Can we climb through the window? Can we squeeze through?
Nope,
Okay.
too small.
Damn it.
Mike, earlier you had a strategy for this, but you were lacking some tools to do it.
Pelting with fish. If I grab a big fistful of fish and eat the fish, I will have omega-3 and my brain will expand. Okay, so hang on. If I grab a fistful of fish and throw it onto the ball, I wonder if the penguins will go and grab it and dislodge said.
This is one of those moments where I feel like I'm like DMing something, and there's a part of me that'd be like, yeah, I'm going to need a D20 check for that on something, some really obscure stat that no one ever pays any attention to. Go on then. Yeah, fine.
I'm looking forward to finding out what the actual solution in your head for this was.
It's fine. Okay, so so what exactly are you doing?
Fistful of fish, arm through hole, lob fish into hole, hope that penguins chase fish.
Oh my god, you scumbag! Now that I've said that you can do this, you've just made the strategy worse. And I've already agreed that you can do it. You fucker!
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you're after. I'm looking forward to finding out what oblique chain of luggage you had in mind.
Look, if you're going to complain about oblique chains of luggage, then might I remind you about Seagull Gate in one of the Christmas episodes, Michael?
Okay,
the
yeah.
seagull and the chip and the vomit.
Oh yeah,
that was one time.
That was a reach and a half.
Yes, it was a reach at the beach, but you made it.
Through the miracle of your dexterity, you managed to land a fish on top of the, as previously described, fish-shaped key. One of the penguins waddles over to it.
Oh, fish-shaped.
Wolfs down.
I think I miss fish-shaped.
Both the key and the real fish, starts choking and then staggers out towards the water with the fish-shaped key in its mouth, dragging the tennis ball behind it that it then vomits out. You now have a key.
Woohoo!
Editing, John. I want you to go. I want you to scroll back and see if he actually said fish-shaped key the first time.
I think
we'll
we did.
find in
Fuck!
the edit
I've got some.
that I did.
I've got some chicken scratch on my notes that look awfully like the word fish, but
Oh no!
I wrote them down too quickly for them to be legible.
Oh,
No.
sorry. Sweet and delicious.
I just drew a penguin. I got too wrapped up drawing a penguin.
The cross hatching again. It's the curse. So can we reach
Each feather.
Can we reach that key now?
8 minutes.
Oh fuck yeah! Let's
You can. What would you like to do with it?
take it. See if it opens up the door to the enclosure itself, and if not, then the locker.
Nope.
Open the locker.
The locker, the storage box. Okay, so the box creaks open. Inside, you find another penguin sign, much like the one displayed by the enclosure.
We were missing information.
What
Fuck.
does that say?
Well,
Is it rating the penguins in order of sexiness? He'll fuck your cheeks.
this sign is very sun-beaten. It's clearly quite old. Would one of you describe the sign?
Ah, so this is another meets the penguins sign. Oh.
So we've got.
Oh.
Wait a second. Okay, so this is a sign from 10 years before. So it's got Tux, the facehugger penguin. It says 3 years old, our youngest. Chili Willy's the dot penguin, 7 years old, confiscated by customs from the smuggling trade. There's a new one called Mumble with the sock dots, 10 years old, rescued from fishing gear. We got Lovelace. Was that the facehugger as well? No, it's a different one. Which one? I can't remember what that one was. 13 years old, Pingu's mate. We're hoping they'll breed. And then Pingu, which is another shoe-based set of dots. 14 years old, arrived with Lovelace. So the key roller thing says the newer staff members couldn't figure it out because it uses old information.
Oh, that would explain it, wouldn't it?
6 minutes.
So should we try this at face value?
Yeah.
As we see him?
Yeah.
So we'll do facehugger dot sort of crooked arm thing, whatever the fuck we said for that fourth one, and a sock.
Whatever the fuck we said for that fourth one, that's your answer.
Which one was that, Mike? The one that's 5 dots but not facehugger. What did you call that one?
Right, let me save you the trouble. This is not it.
Bin.
Okay.
It was a bin.
A bin. Okay.
This is the horror where they turn it on me and start describing the answer with the correct answer so badly that I can't interpret it.
So, yeah, but basically what you're saying is Tux's dots, Chili Willy's dots, Mumble's dots, Lovelace's dots, Pingu's dots is what you're thinking.
Yeah. So that wasn't it. In which case we could revisit the oldest to youngest, youngest to oldest angle.
Yeah. So, So we've got Pingu and Pingu 2. The thing is, if we did it oldest to youngest, we'd have 10 potential entries. I feel like...
Although I wonder if the lock was set when this set of 5 penguins was the case and hasn't been updated.
Would you like me to repeat what was on the post?
Yes, please.
Yes.
For fuck's sake, can we update this code, please? New staff can't learn it.
Possibly because Pingu, Lovelace, and Mumble are dead. So they don't know what the markings were.
Oh.
4 minutes.
Uh-oh.
You hear the polar bear's tummy rumble.
Oh, no.
So, if we start with our old penguins as our starter set, Tux is the same Tux.
Yeah.
Chili Willy is the same Chili Willy. So Tux and Chili Willy are the same. Mumble is new. No, Mumble is dead.
Yep.
Lovelace is dead, and Pingu is dead.
Yeah. And I'd argue the case that Pingu is the child of Lovelace and Pingu, because he's called Pingu too.
That is correct.
The only member of the huddle to be born here.
Interesting.
Don't quite know what to do with this information, though.
3 minutes.
Okay, up at the sign, the new staff can't learn it.
I feel a fail coming
It
on.
wouldn't be a John room. What is the... There's a... So they wouldn't be able to solve it, perhaps because they're missing information. So the information they're missing is presumably the old information.
Would you like a space?
Yes.
Yes, please.
The new keepers understand the logic of the code, but are missing information.
Okay, so they've only got Tux and Chili Willy for the new ones. They don't have Mumble, Lovelace, and Pingu. So what is it about those three that they can't get from the new ones?
Could I invite you to feed the penguins again?
Oh, let's feed the penguins again, that I just thought of with my brain.
Mm. When you feed the penguins, Chili Willy comes first, then Tux, then Skipper, then Peso, then Pingo the second.
Okay, in which case... Can I say that was...
Oh, so they arrive oldest to youngest.
Correct.
Chili Willy first, then Tux, then Skipper, then Peso.
Okay, so in which case it would be putting the code for Pingu, Lovelace, Mumble, Chili Willy, and Tux into the lock.
The lock clicks open.
Fuck's sake, have we done that thing you done earlier, Jamie? Oh my God.
It was oldest to youngest.
You were right all along. Fuck's sake.
Bastards.
And thus, with 1 minute and 35 seconds to go, you retrieve the seal jerky and ready yourself for escape. As the bear completes his meditation, he opens his eyes to see the delightful sight of seal jerky being dangled tantalizingly before him. You fling the jerky as hard as you can, and the bear bounds off to enjoy it. With that, you slip through the bars and escape. Congratulations, you have solved my puzzle.
Oh, thank God.
Well done.
That's a good
Time travel fuckery.
that was a good puzzle. That is a sneaky one. I think I was expecting some nonsense. That was good.
Yeah. I like the 2 steps of the logic that we tripped ourselves up over.
Oh, fuck's sake. And if we just flipped it. it. Oh, which we nearly did. But I took the piss. It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
First you and your cross-hatching.
Ladies and gentlemen, I truly hope you were screaming at the radio at these two clowns. I hope you've enjoyed the show. We are now off to the Infinite Pub for a debrief pint, and that will wing its way to you over the airwaves in a week's time. For now, though, thank you so much for listening. We have been the Infinite Escape Room. You can find us on social media at tier_podcast, and of course on the internet as well at www.infiniteescaperoom.com. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
What's the pub's name, John? What's the pub's name?
The Puzzler's Ruin.
It's got to be something to do with the room. Yeah,
What?
they're all something to do with the room.
The fuck are
The
they?
fuck are they? That's a terrible name for a pub.
When the bear met the penguin.